Second graders, our Thursday math video is some more review, but we gotta make it a little tricky, so stay tuned to find out why this video is a little trickier. All right, looking at my problem, I see a full and complete problem here. I can do that, but I see there gets to be less and less numbers as the problems go on.
What in the world?
We're gonna have to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Let's start here with the one that's ready to be solved.
Okay.
And work our way down and figure out that stuff later.
All right.
Our first problem says, up here is where you really need to pay attention. Here's the full and complete problem at the top of every one of them. 15 plus 26. Here it is written horizontally side to side, and here they have rewritten it for us vertically up and down, lining up our ones place and our tens place. That makes it way easier for us to solve and add. So now that they have nicely done that for us, let's just go through our steps that are the same every time and solve the first problem together. All right, which column should I always start in?
The ones.
The ones, and if you sing it, then it ends up getting solved correctly.
Yeah,
That's
well,
just part of it.
They'll always remember it.
Yeah. So let's forget about those tens right now and draw our arrow. That's a very important step to see that we are going to be adding 6 plus 5. That's a near doubles.
It is.
I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. I also know that 6 plus 6 is 12. So right in between that is 11.
11.
Yes. So because I have two numbers here, I have something in the tens place and something in the ones place, I know that I'm going to have to send some friends over to Mr. Ten's attic.
You sure are.
So I'm just going to take that one group of tens and put them up in the attic right now to get that out of the way. And that leaves me with my group of ones, and there's only one friend left over in the ones house, and he gets to stay down on the first floor. That's where their spare room is. Last step is to take everything, no matter how many numbers there are, written in the tens house, in the tens column, and add them all up. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus another group of 2 is 4, okay? So my answer here is 41. I'm done with this problem. As I'm moving forward, looking further down, I'm noticing that on the second problem, it says 32 plus 20 something, but there's nothing here.
Well, yeah, you said that we needed to pay close attention to that problem written at the top.
You need to circle that puppy because that is where you're going to find the unknown number. So I know that the first number is 32, and I know that the second number is 24. 20, what goes here? 4. There's the missing number. It's going to be found up here. So it's very important that you don't just make up a random number to put in these problems. You're going to find it at the top of every problem.
Good to know.
Yes. So once you've written in the missing number, which can be found at the top, then you're ready to solve. And I'm not going to do another one for you because Marquardt's not going to do it for you because this is review. At this point, you know the steps and you can do this on your own. But let's take a look at the next one and at least help them out with what are the missing numbers, Ms. Marquardt.
All right, because this problem says 28 plus blank blank. That's not a math problem.
No.
Okay, so I need to go to the top and circle that puppy.
Yes, it's a puppy.
Okay, got it. And it looks like we're missing the number 15.
Yes.
So we need to put a 1 in the tens place,
Uh-huh.
a 5 in the ones place,
Hey.
and then they can add that dog.
Whoa, there's nothing written on the last one.
Ugh.
But we know where to find the problem.
Yeah, you circle that dinosaur.
That dinosaur? What are
Puppy?
you doing? It's a
thought we were
puppy.
naming animals.
We're not just naming animals.
Oh.
It's a saying.
Oh, all right.
I just like to say things are puppy. Circle that, kitty cat. All right. What do I'm going to put here?
49. We need a 4 in the tens place,
Uh-huh.
a 9 in the ones place,
Okay.
and we're not done.
No.
There are more little kittens up here.
Okay.
We need a 13.
Okay.
1 in the tens place,
Okay.
3 in the ones place.
Okay. Now are you ready to solve this problem?
Now they can add it.
Okay. Don't forget your arrows. All of the steps, okay?
What is
We've got a challenge, and we don't normally put the challenge on the front of the paper, but that's just happens to be where the blank space was, so that's where we wrote it. Your challenge on today's math page is to create your own addition word problem and solve it using 2-digit numbers. A word problem has words.
Words.
So if all you do is write a problem that says 23 plus 16, you didn't do the challenge.
Not a word problem.
You have to write a word problem. So for example, if I was going to write a word problem with two-digit numbers, I might say, Miss Marquardt had 25 pieces of candy and Miss Grant had 67 pieces of candy.
Whoa.
How many pieces of candy did they have all together? Then I would solve that problem, write it up and down and solve it. So if you want a 4 this week on the packet, if you want to do the challenge, you have to write the words, the story problem, the words, and then you have to write that problem up and down and solve it. 2 things you have to do. Okay?
All right.
Okay, why don't you erase the front
What's on the back?
and we'll take a look at the back.
I hope there's puppies.
There's probably platypus. Platypi? Platypuses? What's the plural for platypus? I don't know.
No. I'll look it up.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at the back and I'm noticing that they did nothing for us on any of the problems. But we know where to find those missing numbers. Where do we find those missing numbers?
You mean the kitties?
The kitties.
Way up at the top.
Yes. So, on the first one, they did it for you. You can see the problem here is 26 plus 52. They wrote it vertically and solved it for us. We're not going to solve any of these. You know how to solve them. You guys have to fill it in. We want you practicing writing it up and down and getting them lined up in the nice, neat rows, columns.
Like soldiers.
Like soldiers. The next one would be 31. I'm not going to do all of these for you. 31 plus 19 goes under it, lining up my place values, my 10s and my 1s. 47 plus 28, 56 plus 34. You're going to fill in the missing numbers. And all the way down to the bottom, it's exactly the same. Don't make these problems up. You already have the numbers you need at the top. You're just going to write them in and solve the problem. And that is the rest of the page.
Awesome.
Yeah.